Good morning YouTubians, it's Kim's Ghost, and today I am reviewing number 6 on the cult movie poster, and today's title is the 1972 John Boorman directed film Deliverance. So there are 4 main characters in this film and a couple of others I will mention as well. First up we have Burt Reynolds as Lewis, got John Voight as Ed, Ned Beatty as Bobby, and Ronnie Cox as Drew. Now they are the 4 main players, but you've also got Herbert Howard as the Toothless Man and Bill McKinney, who is the Mountain Man. Incidentally, he is now 80 years old. And a little kid that plays the banjo, the Julian Banjos, he's 63 now. Doesn't that make you feel old? God, I hate there ain't a banjo on this one. Oh, Jesus. That's nightmare inducing. So our story follows Lewis, Ed, Bobby and Drew, 4 guys who live in the city, but they head to this remote location because the whole area is about to be flooded by a power company, and it's the last opportunity to explore this area, and they intend to do this by going down the river in their canoes heading for a place called Aintree. So they arrive at this little like shack area, which is a garage, and it's run by hillbillies. You've got a lot of interbreeding going on there. It's just it's not a pleasant place to be, not a safe place to be, I would say. So when they arrive, Bobby, now he's a key character played by Ned Beatty, he kind of takes a piss a little bit at the area, makes fun of the guy's hat. I think they take an instant dislike to him. That's key in this thing, I think. Lewis is a kind of like a free spirit. He's played by Burt Reynolds. He's got a bow and arrow, and he's not like the others. It's his idea for them to come in the first place. The others are like insurance salesmen and things like this. So anyway, so they arrange for their cars to be taken down, and Lewis, Ed, Bobby and Drew get in their canoes and they start off on their journey, and everything's going fine. They go through a couple of rapids, everything's hunky-dory, and they pull up and they camp for the night. And you know Bobby isn't really feeling it because he's like covered in bites and stuff from insects, and he just wants to get out of the area and go home. So Burt Reynolds at this point, Lewis, he's been kind of picking on Bobby. He's calling him Fatso and things like this all the way down, and he says to Ed, you take Bobby with you and I'll go with Drew. So they've split up now. So you've got 2 in each canoe, which was the deal before, but they've switched teams now. So you've got Lewis and Drew, they're still packing up, and Bobby and Ed set off down the river on their own. So Ed and Bobby are ahead of Lewis and Drew, about a half hour ahead. So they decide to pull in a little bit further down the river and wait for them to catch up. While there, Ed and Bobby get out of their canoe, and Ed notices a couple of mountain men are walking around in the woods. They go to say hi, and things take a little turn for the worse. Now these 2 mountain men, they decide they're going to have a bit of fun with Ed and Bobby. Not good fun though. They decide they're going to tie up Ed to a tree by his belt around his throat, and they're going to rape Bobby. Well, the mountain man's going to rape Bobby. The Toothless Man is going to have his way with Ed after. So they strip Bobby down and rape him. Not a pleasant scene to watch. And this is, I think, the 2nd rape scene in these cult movies. So if this is the shape of things to come, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Not as bumpy as Bobby's though. So by the time the mountain man has finished raping Bobby and the toothless hillbilly is about to start on Ed, Lewis has turned up in his canoe, and not one to shy away from a conflict. He takes out his bow and arrow from a distance and kills the mountain man straight through the chest with the arrow, and he dies on the spot. And the Toothless Man escapes into the woods while this is all going on, and they are left to deal with a dead hillbilly. So after a little bit of deliberation, they decide they're going to bury the mountain man right there and then, because they know in a few weeks' time the whole area is going to be flooded and they'll never find the body, and they're going to get in their canoes and they're going to run down to Aintree, get in their cars and disappear and leave it all behind them. And that's exactly what they do. They get in their canoes, ride off down the river, through a few rapids, and Drew is sitting at the front of the canoes. He gets shot by the toothless hillbilly, falls into the water, and that's where I'm going to leave it because you're going to get spoilers otherwise. What did I think of Deliverance? Well, this film stands the test of time. It's filmed in 1972 and it's a little bit grainy in places, but you can forgive that because it's all on location in woods, canoes, through forests and rivers. There are films that are older than this that has better quality, but as I said, filmed on location, so you can forgive it. Great performances from all the actors in this, even the little kid who's playing the banjos. And it does stay with you, this story. Even, like I say, if you hear the banjos playing, your butt cheeks clench a little bit. Well, I do mine anyway. Yeah, it does stay with you. Not a great deal happens, but when it does happen, it's powerful. I would give this film a solid 8 out of 10. So do you agree with my score? Put a comment down below. Have you seen Deliverance? Do you like Deliverance? Has it stayed with you? It did me. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe if you can. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? And if you do subscribe, hit the bell down in the corner to get notifications of further videos. All that being said and done, thank you so much for choosing my channel and watching my video today. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.